Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to another stream. I was gonna let the intro play out, but Mr. Cam is impatient, so I had to actually end the intro. Big up everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Please do smash the button on the way and people for Sam for the redirect. As always, subscribe if you're new or if you like the video. People, we're gonna be talking about obviously Minter, the second bid, £60 million bid, which we spoke about a little bit on her Sam show. We're also going to talk about the Gakpo news, the Endrick rumors as well, and of course, Baleba to Manchester United. People, I'm going to start the into news because we spoke about it on a Sam show, so let's get that out of the way. This afternoon, we got the report from. Actually, let me say hello to the chat first to see what everyone's saying in the chat. Big up Jay, big up Natasha, big up Mr. Khan, big up MJ, big up. Says first time on the channel, big up MJ. Big up AR, hope you're doing well. Big up Velaz, my guy. Big up Scottish Bear, Josh shit like Winston Churchill. That intro is cold though, can't lie. That intro is cold. Big up Captain Sal, big up, big up, big up. People, please do like up and subscribe. Big up Sarah J in the building with Dean as well. Big up Danny. Big up Shankly. Big up Super Tiger says it's his first time. Big up Super Tiger. Welcome to the show. Please do subscribe if you enjoy the video. People, yeah, we're gonna start with the Minter news, of course. Let me bring this up. So Liverpool make improved second bid to sign Yankuba Minteh from Brighton and Hove Albion. Latest LFC offer worth £60 million. £60 million. For those in the back who didn't hear it the first time, after the first proposal of 50 million was turned down. Brighton understood to want fee more in the region of £70 million for Minter. 70 million. Oh my! Let me not crash out. This isn't a crash out stream. This is a chill stream, guys. This is a chill stream. I've done my crash out of Minter to sell 22-year-old winger. Fabrizio also goes on to say Liverpool submit £60 million proposal for Yankuba Minteh after personal terms agreed with the Gambian winger. Negotiations underway with Brighton as LFC are optimistic to sign Minteh. Negotiations, sorry, not an alternative, but in addition to Bradley Barcola, who remains top target. People, I've gone in depth about my thoughts on Minteh to Liverpool, and to be honest, I'm not happy with. I was trying to be objective on a Sam's channel. I can't lie, I can't stand Minteh. Signing stinks, like bad, like hot breath, smelly signing. Minteh has got 2 right feet and plays in wellies, and he's left-footed. That's how bad Minteh is. Pick up a Stam, he says it himself. Minteh doesn't even pass the eye test, and what he's good at is dribbling, I guess. But you think that's, I don't know, people. I don't know. Also, people as well, good news. Memberships is live as well, so I'm gonna have some members videos coming out for any members in the future. Just big up everyone for getting me to this point. It's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks, so yeah, everyone, I'm right at this stage already. So big up everyone for that. Let me read what people are saying in the chat. Big up the real Stabby Lives is just sub. Big up Stabby. Big up Amir. Hope you're doing well. Big up Gareth says Minteh in Gakpo about shit business. Yeah. Big up Amir says, why not just spend 50 million on and buy much better and cheaper, most importantly not injured. That's true. But LFC leaked the bid news, maybe as a ploy to get the fee down from buy potentially, but I don't think it's just one of the things where they probably just got out through agents and whatnot that they put a bid in. Get 100 million for Cody or don't sell him. We always get bent over or sell players cheap. That's a pause first and foremost, but true. I'm gonna try to read everyone's chat to people. Apologies if I do miss anyone's chat. Gareth says Minteh out for like 3 months a year. He's injured. Facts. Big up Kathy. Each and every time, big up Kathy. Unfortunately, Dean's not here today, Kathy, so I can't help you out. But I can't help you out with that one. Big up Shankly says Josh got scared of Jamie. Now he rants. Yeah, I am scared of Jamie. I'm kidding. No, look, if I'm being totally honest, objective, I think Minter's I prefer Minter to the options we have on the right wing. That is a fact. Um, that isn't my favorite player. Wouldn't have been my third or fourth, fifth choice option for right wing. But if we get Minter and Mbai, I'm happy with that as the right wing options potentially. So I have to see again. He's injured for 3 months, so like I don't even know. Like, hit up Shawnee Sura. Like Shawnee, I'm not a liar. I'm consistent. I was just kidding. Big up Don Mills. Hope you're doing well. Richard, you said Bunyan Man. True. Bit of a Laz, still right and by. I think we get, but I think we get Barcola and Bai and Minter, in my opinion. Maybe that's me being um too optimistic, trying to have faith in my football club, even though they consistently let me down. Yeah, Mumbai now is 70 million euros and lack of experience in Premier League. That's a fair point, but if you look at the potential of the player, I don't think it's that crazy. Do you think Jamie was right? We can flow work. Yeah, we gotta get Verts to work this season. If you're not gonna spend that on Minter, why not try? If you're gonna spend that Minter, why not try for Ryan? True. I mean, look, I don't. It's to me a lot of the right wingers people are naming are just samey. Like, I'm not saying I want this player. I don't actually have an opinion, to be honest. I'm gonna ask you guys in the chat. Would you take Pulisic from AC Milan? Now, I would say no, probably. But is he a better player than Minter currently? Probably. Look, I'm not gonna give my opinion whether I think I'd sign him or not. I'm gonna let you guys answer that. Bit of Jay says, "What if we get Minter now and Ryan and Jan or Alan? Alan's gone to City, bro. And we're not going to get Ryan and Minter. We're not going to spend 170 million on both. We're not doing. Big up man like Jav. Hope you're doing well. Dean, is that with Drifty nightclubbing? Probably. Big up Marco says, let me list all the right wingers real quick. Neto, I would take. So what I'll do is I'll go over this list and I'll tell you if I take him over Minter. A bit of back and forth. Neto, yes. Endrick, yes. Kubo, no, to be honest, I don't think Kubo is that great. Kang Lee, yes. Rodrigo, yeah. Sula, haven't seen too much of him. Akko Mac, I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not butchering the name. Probably, I don't know. I don't know who the player is. Talbi again, not too sure. Luis Herme again. Karastas, Nuama again. All these players are kind of just. I'm not like. I know Malik Fofana. I think Malik Fofana is a good talent, so maybe I would take Malik Fofana, but big up chats. F no, hell no, no, no. Jay says I'm an American, I will take him. Pulisic injury prone, no Pulisic. Okay, people don't want Pulisic. Just an option I saw in chat on Hassam's channel. Different. Apologies, that was probably very loud, but big up Dean. The ultimate. I can't lie, people. If you didn't see my crash of it, which I'm sure most of you didn't, this was my reaction when the Minter news first broke. I was very upset. I've calmed down a little bit now. But big up Markili Yards. Hope you're doing well, man. Says Karastas is a 10 that can play left wing, not a right winger. Man was telling Matt about him time ago before we got Verts. Big up Yards, brother. Hope you're doing well. Pull an inch. That's a crazy net. Yeah. Conce Sao. Conce Sao is not that much better than Minter for me. What about Yamal from Barca? He's only 18 or 19 and already the best right winger in the world. Yeah, I think he's a good young player, up and coming. Not too many people know about him. I think his release clause is only like 1 billion. I mean, I'd go trigger that. You know what I mean? You see how much the club makes. Oh, yeah. Anyhow, people, if I ever woke up and there was a Yamal to Liverpool bomber, I promise you I'd stream naked. I shouldn't say that, but I just got monetized. Let me not get demonetized. Luis Guilherme, shocking opinion. I don't know. The name rings a bell, but that might just be Brazilians in general. A lot of Brazilians have very similar names. Big up. I listed some young players. Some of them will be better than Minter in the season. Fair. Mbai is a favorite right-footed player and play right wing, but Minter is a favorite left-foot player and play right wing. It's preference. I'd probably rather have a left-footed player, but Mbaye for me has better potential than Minter. So I'd take Mbaye over Minter every day of the week. There we are, it's better. And Anis Haji Musa. Yeah, I've heard the name. I've seen a couple of clips of him. He looks like a decent player. There we are. Do you know what I'm on? If we ever sign my young yards, I promise you, if we ever sign hairline, that's good. If I ever sign hairline, what am I talking about? If we ever sign your mile, I know you're going crazy yards. Imagine VVD gets injured, but up Issa Usman for bringing the mood down. No, big up. Yeah, if Van Dijk gets injured, it's rough. Can't like it is. Also, look at this absolute fraud Hassan, by the way. Did the redirect and hasn't even been bothered to come in and say hello to you guys in the chat or to me. What an absolute fraud Don Hassan is. Can't even play at West Ham. Is that Lewis Wilhelm made the? Is he? Let me have a look at this guy. Luis Guilherme plays for Sporting Lisbon. 5'9", 20-year-old Brazilian winger. Was at West Ham last season. Now, obviously, at Sporting. Played 21 games, signed in Jan for them. Okay, I'll keep an eye on him. Anis Haji Musa, Dario Osorio, William Gomez. People talk about this Osorio guy, and I've seen a little bit of him. Chat was telling me about him the other day, but I mean, I don't know. Like, there's nothing that stands out for me about 12 GA in 28 games in the Danish league for a right winger. Like, that's not amazing to me, but anyhow, maybe he is a good player. Pick up CJ. Hope you're doing well, brother. People, we're going to move on to the Endrick stuff because this is probably what's annoyed me the most today. So this is from Fabrizio Romano, so it is reliable, of course. Goes on to say, Liverpool made a call to understand if there was a chance to sign Endrick on loan with a buy option clause on a permanent deal with a big proposal. Liverpool explored the possibility to sign Endrick, but Real Madrid decided to keep him. People, I'm so annoyed. Why, Madrid? You wanted to sell him all summer, and now we're 2 weeks away from the window, and you want to keep him. He's not going to play for you. Free the brother, please. You know how annoyed I am for that. Not that we didn't get him on loan, but the fact that we wanted to get him permanently next season, and they said no, I can't. I'm so annoyed. Endrick is such a good player. Such a good player. I mean, I could sit here and bring up the stats to show you how much better he is of a player than any of the players we've been linked with this summer. Like his stats, his numbers, the eye test. Yeah, what a season he had for Leon on loan last season. Oh, people, I'm so annoyed we didn't get Endrick. If we got Endrick, I promise you, I'm feeling so much more confident about our season. Backup striker, can play right wing, can play in the 10, can play as a second striker. He's so good, man. Fab Yard says, man, sleep on Endrick. They do, because he's such a good player. Such a good player. I'm actually so annoyed. Big up CJ says, think Minteh is a stopgap for someone next year, maybe Endrick or Elise force themselves out. I don't think they force their way out of the club. I think there's a chance they get sold, especially Endrick more than Elise. But we'll see. I would love both at the club, obviously. Elise over Endrick still, because Elise is, like, for me, one of the best players in the world. I shouldn't say for me. I think for most people, he's one of the best players in the world. But big up Danny says PSG and Madrid are keeping Liverpool down. Yeah, they're starving us. Big up CJ says wouldn't mind Minter as a backup right wing. Yeah, I don't hate that, to be honest. Actually, if he was a backup to a player, like for me, if we signed Bowen, and people will hate me saying the name Bowen. I'm sure 30 people will leave just because I said his name. But if we signed Bowen and Minter, I'm happy with that because Bowen's the experience, offers the creativity in the final third that Minter lacks. Minter's the more inexperienced, youthful, athletic player who can still develop. I think they complement each other. Same way I think Minter and Mbaye complement each other. Endrick, same, he's a United fan. Is he? I did not know he's a United fan. But fair enough. Madrid's still mad at Trent and Ibu. We didn't seem Where they asked, yeah. They can be mad all they want. They're the ones who made Trent run down his contract. They're the ones who signed Kanai on a free, so they can't really blame us for that. Marco Carrestas joined Dortmund already. Let me have a look at this guy because you're like the fourth person to say his name. Oh, Caretsas, sorry. Not Carets. No. Yeah, he's already joined Dortmund from Genk. I signed him on the 3rd of August. Right winger, Greek right winger. Any confidence of Barcola signing? Yeah, we'll get Barcola done. I wouldn't be too worried about that. He is second best. Just say it. You know who's number one? Yeah, Yamal's the best right winger in the world. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I might give it to Elise. Depends what day of the week is. Uh, Big up Michael Johnson says, think City are going to end up with Elise, mate. Can see Paul getting Endrick. I can't see Elise at City, man. That'll break my heart. Big up Gareth says, Bowen. Look, man, Bowen's cold, man. People don't want to give Bowen his credit, and I was actually clowning Bowen at the start of the window, but now that I'm desperate, I would take Bowen. If Areola wants Minteh, we should accept it. He made some menu to the player he is today. Valid point. I do understand what you're saying, but at the same time, Semenyo has like I watched Semenyo when he was first coming through at Bournemouth, and he had the foundations of a player. I look at Minteh, and it looks like it hurts him to kick the ball. Like, I'm not saying Minteh can't get better in his final product. I'm sure he will under Areola, but we'll see. Big up CJ says, give me Diego Moreira. I've been calling Diego Moreira's name, CJ. I know you've been around for a little. I've been talking about Diego Moreira. People were clowning, he's a wing back, he's a wing back. He played wing back. He isn't a wing back by trade. He's a right winger. Big up Big Mac says, I'm from Greece and trust me, Konstantelias is better than Zolis. Fair enough. Let me see. Let me have a look at this player. Jesus Christ, that's like an anagram, his name. Konstantelias. He plays for Dortmund. 23-year-old Greek attacking midfielder. Just signed for them this summer. Played for Pauk last season. Fair enough. I'll keep an eye out for him. Again, Dortmund tend to sign good young players. Big up Michael Johnson says, AFC fan here, Cottish member as well. Big up. Can see City calling off with Maresca come May and going for Enrique and signing Elise, Shirky, Doku, Haaland. I promise you, if that happens, I'm giving up. I'm giving up. If that's their front four and Enrique is their manager, I'm giving up. Yard says, I was talking about Konstantinos Karetsas. Is that the same player? Is Marco his middle name or something? If not, we're talking about the same. I don't know the brother's middle name. Yards. I don't like. He might be. It might be his middle name. I ain't got a clue, man. CJ says, give him some time and Murray could potentially play anywhere except keeper. Facts. By the way, I've said this. Murray is going to leave AC Milan for 100 million. We get Ryan and Jan. I doubt it. Diego Moreira also snapped up. Yeah. We can only there's so many names for other clubs snapping them up, but I know people saying, oh, if Moreira was that good, why didn't teams want him? Well, Leipzig, one of the best development clubs in the world, wanted him. And Milan, one of the most historic clubs in the world, wanted him. So, two big teams. Diego Moreira is cold. I'm so annoyed we didn't even inquire about him. Scored against Arsenal in pre-season. Who was that random guy? Was that one of the Greek players we were speaking about? Yep, Shankly said, Drifty did a bomber on stream. Barcode, a done deal. He's, I assume, you bar. I hope Drifty's right. Jay said it as well. He had someone told him that the deal was done. So I hope it's right. Big up 90 plus minutes podcast. Big up brother says you need a Bradley Barcola. Honestly, I agree. Big up random guy. Yep, the same. Okay, cool. Big up Andrew Grimes says Minteh is excellent. He'll be a great backup for Shea Lacey. United fans are raving about the Shea Lacey guy. I haven't seen too much of him, to be honest. Is he a good player? Have any of you guys actually watched him? Is he a good player? Please do let me know. Ryan's coming from Brendan. That's a pause first and foremost, but look, I don't mind Ryan. I see Gakpo leaving, unfortunately. Oh yeah, Gakpo's gone. We'll be lucky if he plays against Newcastle. Big up Zepski says Haj Musa not only best of what left, he would be cheap in today's pricing madness. Yeah, I mean, I've heard the name. I'll keep an eye out for him. There's a lot of players I need to keep an eye out for. People telling me to keep an eye out for. So, um, maybe I should say less. Koretsas and Constantelias signed both for Dortmund. Yeah. Um, Big up Micah Johnson says, as an Arsenal fan, I'm sorry. I think you lot have really misprofiled Minter. Top dribbler who has a great cross in him. Feel like him and Verts are going to service Isak and Barcola. I agree with what you said. I think his final product stinks though, in terms of getting to the byline and putting a ball in. It's not very good. He's got a good cross in terms of if he cuts in, sorry, and crosses the ball, it's a good cross. Or if he plays on the left and he crosses the ball, it's a good crosser. But if you ask him to take a shot, he'll have a nosebleed, and someone in row Z is getting a headache. Big up Andrew said he's like Wayne Rooney and Phil Foden, mate. I assume Andrew, you're a Man United fan, or Shea Lacey's brother. Look, people raving about him. I mean, I think I'm not going to compare any young player in the world to Wayne Rooney. Phil Foden, sure. Unless it's like Yamal. Like, there's no young player in the world I sit there and look, you can be better than Wayne Rooney other than Yamal. Bit of Scottish Bear says, Josh, keep your eye out for Celtic FC Duran. He's going to be world class. Martin O'Neill has said he's the most talented player had since Larson. Watch out for him in Champions League. All right, I will do. I always watch the old firm as well, so I might have to watch a bit more Celtic this season. Would you take going the season short in order to get Ryan next summer? No. Ryan isn't that level of player where I'd wait a season for him. If you said Elise, of course, I would. I would go short this season to get Elise. I'd go loan someone for a season. Um, Also, yes, he can put across in Minter, but we don't have Andy Carroll. To be fair, we have got Isak, who's a poacher. So, like for me, if Minter being able to cross is a valuable asset to have, but I'm not too fussed about. Like I think in front of goal, his passing's awful and his shooting's awful. So PSG manager won't go to Man City. It's happened. Like there's been crazy things to happen in football. Bit up CJ says, we take John Duran, guy balled out in the Prem and then disappeared. He's still only 22 years old. I'll have to see what he does in Portugal this season. I'm not going to take a risk on him yet. Big up 90 plus minute podcast says Tottenham is looking slowly but surely scary this season. They learned the hard way. Their front line stinks. Even if they get Gakpo and Marmoush, their front line is not very good. Their midfield and the defense, sure, they can have it. It's a good midfield and defense, but I think that front line is very poor. Yard says, Hairline, have you done your research on my boy Ebrima Tankari yet? Remember I told you about him. Get on it before everyone else starts talking about him. He performed well on preseason for Flick. I will do that for you, brother. Hang on. All right. Apologies. Let me see. What's happening to Bardaji? Any Barca fans here? I'm not too sure. Yeah, if any Barca fans in the chat, please do. I know the name Bardaji. I've watched him a couple times. Seems like a good player from what I've seen of him. Just struggling to get into the starting 11. But we'll see what happens. Question from Micah Johnson says, which Galactico players, non-Prem, so Mbappe, Yamal, Vinny, Cavara, Elise, can you see joining the Prem in the next few years, and where to and why? Defo see Elise and maybe Cavara with 2 years left. I see Elise probably joining the Prem. Bellingham, maybe. Just still calling him a Galactico player. Harry Kane, we're still calling him a Galactico, but maybe he's getting to the edge of his career now. We can't really call him that anymore. Cavara, I don't see Cavara leaving PSG anytime soon. And Mbappe, Yamal, Vinny won't. So it'd be Elise for me. Elise and Bellingham probably. Big up. It's none so innocent. Apologies, I can't read. Liverpool not serious. It's your opinion. I wouldn't disagree with you. What do you think of Mark Casado as a DM? He'll be cheap. Again, to be honest, I haven't seen too much of him. I know Barca want to get rid of him. Maybe that's telling. I'm not too sure. From what I've seen of him, he's a decent player, but again, I just don't want to. I don't want to keep taking Barca's leftovers. I mean, I don't mind Mint as a player, but it's frustrating that we need now a right winger, and we're getting someone who's coming in 2 months. Apologies, he will need recovery and conditioning. That's a fair point as well. Very fair point. I'll read these next two chats, people, and then I'm going to talk about the next topic. Explain how we need a right winger starter. Season starting on Sunday, and we're signing Minter with a calf injury, who's back around December. It doesn't make sense, Wayne. It doesn't. Big up Marco C says, why aren't we stealing Daji off Barca hands instead of going for Gambian Obertan? It's crazy. I don't know, but look, I'm gonna have faith in the scouting team, I guess, but we'll see. I'm gonna move on to the next topic, guys, because I don't want to keep you guys all night. We're gonna talk about we'll talk about Gakpo. So Fabrizio spoke on his YouTube channel. He said Gakpo and Liverpool could be over in the next days if the Tottenham deal can be agreed. Tottenham remain absolutely on it. Club side with Liverpool and personal terms, not an issue. So it looks like Gakpo to Spurs is pretty much a done deal. It's going to be done. Whether he's here for the Sunday game, I think is probably the more interesting conversation to have. I want to get your guys' thoughts. Do you think Gakpo plays against Newcastle? Big up Asim from Born and Red. Big up Asim. Big fan of your show, brother. So appreciate you tuning in to the channel. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Love the work you guys do over on Born and Red. People, if you haven't, go check out Born and Red. I'm sure most of you have because they're one of the best channels going. But people, do you think Gakpo is here to play against Newcastle on Sunday? Personally, I'm going to say yes. I don't see him leaving in 2 days. I think he probably goes Monday, in my opinion. I could be wrong, of course. Big up Lucky Singh says, after Carlos Baleba calmly sorted, I'm looking to get Ivan Toney. Don't hate Ivan Toney. I think his wages might be a bit of an issue, though. But I wouldn't mind him as a backup for a season or two until Ekatike is fully fit and fine. Big up Yards says we could try because they do have Ferran Torres and they play him over Baji, so not a stretch. Probably doesn't want to leave. Well, Torres has left now, Yards, so he's at PSG, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Marcus says goodbye, Gachas. Goodbye, Gachas. Hopefully he gets a raise over in London. He wasn't earning enough. Marco, I want you to look at me, Marco. I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking. If you're not joking, Marco, that's a crazy thing to say. Gakpo wasn't earning and let me not bite. Pick up Erling. If it's close and they want to protect him in case of injury. True. Could happen. Who plays number 9 if/when Isak is injured? Because, in my opinion, whether we like it or not, whether we think it stinks, we think it's an okay option, it's going to be Munoz. Fingers crossed, Isak can stay injured until Ekatike is back. Big up Wayne says Abdullah as number 6 and Goncalo as our left back, centre back cover. I'm not actually too familiar with Abdullah, but I hope I'm saying his name right. I butcher so many people's names. Next one, 22-year-old fielder plays for Hoffenheim. All right. People as well, I'm going to remind everyone every so often to please smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. On the road to 700 subs. We hit 600 subs yesterday, so big up everyone for that. Of course, big up Sam for the redirect as well. But go into Gakpo, people. Obviously, we know it's likely Gakpo's out the door. So I just showed you guys the Fabrizio tweet. It's It's a sad one. Look, I wasn't Gakpo's biggest fan last season. There was plenty of times I was cussing out Gakpo. I would People were lucky I wasn't live to do it. Um, but from what I've seen in preseason and for the 2 years he gave us beforehand, I know um, there's a lot of positives with Gakpo that I think a lot of attributes he offers. I think we're gonna miss if he's gone. If that makes sense. Apologies. I'm so tired, so my brain is not 100% with it. I'm trying to be coherent and not just mumble. Um, but yeah, a lot of attributes that we're gonna miss if Gakpo isn't a Liverpool player in terms of his directness, his final phase play, how direct he. I already said that. How complete he is in front of goal and as a forward option. Um, whether we think he's a right option for an era system, that's a different conversation. I'm happy to have that conversation, but I'm personally not overly mad at the signing, especially if we can get 80, 85, 90 million. I'd to be honest, I'd probably want closer to 95 with how I'm seeing Minter go for 70, Savinho go for 80, and for me, Gakpo is clearly better than both of them. Um, Obviously, I understand he's older than both of them, so maybe you don't get as much, but he's still only 28. So for me, a player who is still in his prime, it's a tough one, guys. We can go back and forth, but overall, it's pretty much done. I still think he does play against Newcastle, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell. I think we'll figure out. I think we'll know tomorrow if he's playing or not. If we get the here we go tomorrow for Gakpo, then obviously he's not going to play. But if nothing's really done anymore on the transfer side tomorrow, I think he'll play again on Sunday. Might even get a reception. We'll see. Um, there you go. I'm going to move on. I've got two more quick topics I want to talk. Well, the Baleba stuff we can move to save the last. I'm going to bring up Fabrizio spoke on Mbai, so I'm going to talk about this quickly. So Fabrizio said Liverpool are like the player and have held talks with his agent Jorge Mendes, or sorry, George Mendes, not Jorge Mendes. I'm very tired, people. Please do bear with me. Nope, nope. There we are. But the situation remains unchanged. Liverpool are not planning to spend more than 200 million euros in the same transfer window with PSG, whilst also negotiating for Bradley Barcola. And buy is appreciated by Liverpool, but the price is the key issue. A fee of around 70 million euros is considered far too expensive by Liverpool. For now, the Reds have decided to focus their efforts on Bradley Barcola and one more winger. So it looks like the Mbai news has kind of died down a little bit. That's what Fabrizio is basically saying. But nowhere there has he said Liverpool have removed their interest, no longer interested in the player. Still seems like we have interest in him. If PSG are willing to come down in their price, then we'll go over it. That's what it seems like to me. Potentially, I know people have been talking about Minter potentially being a smokescreen to get PSG to lower the price. I don't think that's the case. I think if we only put one bid in, then I could see it that way. I think if we put in a second bid in, and all the big journalists have said there's intention to put a third bid in, for me, it doesn't make sense that we're using Minter as a screen. Now, if we get Minter and Mbai and PSG are willing to come down in their price for the player because there's no other suitors willing to match their valuation now towards the end of the window and they haven't gone for the player on the squad, then for me, I think we can definitely get both. I think it'd be amazing if we got both and Barcola. I think Barcola is a done deal. From what I've been told from Jamie and Drift, who I've said out in public, so I don't have to worry about it, but they've been told that the deal is done pretty much. So we'll see what happens. That I think we'll get the here we go or whatever in the next couple of days. But I'm pretty sure the deal's all done behind the scenes. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a ITK. I'm not. I'm just based off what I've been told. Um, if I'm being realistic, we get Barcola and Minter, and that's it. I don't think we realistically get them by. I think the optimism in my mind is telling me that we're going to get both. And I hope I'm right. I hope that part of my brain is right. But we'll see, people. Obviously, let me ask you guys in the chat, because people are talking about Mbai and Minter. Let me ask you guys: Just one word. Minter or buy for Liverpool. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Me, I'm going to buy, but don't let that persuade your opinion. I'm happy to have the conversation with everyone. Let me see what everyone's saying. And Natasha says, and buy. Irish Weasel says, and buy. Says neither. Hein Seconds says Minter and buy for Marco. Wayne says underwhelming. Big up Lucky Singh says I don't know their systems. That's a fair point. Both young, also true. But from what I'm seeing, most people are saying and buy. Yeah, Cam said, or Mr. Cam J, apologies, says and buy, but I've calmed down a minute. We'll back Area to develop him. Yeah, I did have a crash out on Mentor yesterday. So if you see me crash out to the videos on my channel, check it out. Yard says and buy, but Minter isn't as bad as most men are making out, but definitely and buy. That's my ute still. Everyone's a ute, Yards. Any young player who looks good is ute, with all due respect. Big up man like Jav says and buy. Neither save money for Ryan. I don't think Ryan's all that, to be honest, guys. Maybe it's a hot take. I think he's a good player and I think he will probably be quite a good player, but I don't think he's all that. Like 130 million. All right, man. 130 million. Like, just go get Endrick. If you said Real Madrid, like, here's 100 million, give me Endrick, they'll sell him, whether they want to or not. Minter only because proven, still young and played in different systems with work rate and play effectively on the left as well throughout games. Valid points from Stabby. Give Kumas game time to his value if the to sell him. I don't know, man. Big up Quagala Tracy. Tell me what's going on for Baleba now, guys. We can move on to the Baleba stuff, people, and then we'll wrap the show up. So we got the early this afternoon from Fabrizio says breaking Carlos Baleba to Manchester United. Here we go. Verb agreement in place between clubs. Improved bid sent today after 65 million package rejected and player set to join the only club he wanted. Baleba, new Man United midfielder. Baleba's a very good player, guys. Whether you think he had a good season or not last season, he probably didn't have a great season. In fact, not probably, he definitely didn't have a great season. But played through injuries, had that foot injury. Also, probably was a bit underwhelmed that he didn't get the move in the summer, so maybe was a little bit disheartened. What that says about his attitude potentially, but what he offers to Man United's midfield is combativeness. Big up Shane says your internet keeps dropping off. People, is there any lag on the stream? Please do let me know. Hopefully there isn't, but there might be. But please let me know, people. But what he offers to United is combativeness, defensive solidity, pressing, good legs and athleticism. Going to make up the ground that you lack playing a midfielder like Mainu or Tielemans. So for me, I think that's why he suits you in midfield. It's a very smart signing for, very, very smart signing for United. That's a Streamer thing. I think it does with everyone. The picture by camera freezes sometimes. It's only on Streamer. I don't know why it does it. As long as you guys can hear me. I mean, I'm not that good looking that you guys need to be looking at me. But Baleba's a very good signing, and for half the price they were going to pay last season, I think it's a great deal for United. As much as I don't want to sit here and give United credit because they can all go suck themselves, but he offers value going forward as well. He's a good passer, good passing range, can take a shot from distance, although that's not what his strong suits are. Very strong, offers aerial presence even though he's quite short. It's a very good signing. I think he complements Kobe Mainoo. I think he complements Tielemans very well. I think it solidifies United having a better midfield than us. Like, I think 100% United have a better midfield than us. Now, whether you think they'll be better than us this season, I think they finish above us personally, guys. That might get the pitchforks out. But yeah, for me personally, I think Baleba was a very, very, very good signing for Manchester United. Let me know what you guys think. Let me read some of these chats. But okay, it's just lagging a little bit. Isn't it cool? Bill Wayne says, Ryan, know the system, and do we need two wingers with lightning pace? One winger with GA would be better balance. Sign Minter and huge pressure on Barcola to ball out in a new team. I mean, I wouldn't say Ryan's necessarily a GA monster. Got, to be fair, 7 GA in 13 starts is quite good, but in 15 games, 7 GA. But it's not levels where I'm going to sit here and be like, yeah, 100% I'd rather have Ryan over Minter and Mbai. I'd still take Minter and Mbai over Ryan, in my opinion. But I want to talk about Baleba, what this means for United. Where do you guys have United finishing this season? Personally, I've said it. I think second to sixth, you can interchange any of the team. Second to fifth, you can interchange any of the teams there. If you said Liverpool finished second, Chelsea finished third, City finished fourth, United finished fifth, I could see it. If you said City finished second, Chelsea finished fourth, United finished third, Liverpool finished fifth, I could see it. If you said Chelsea finished second, Liverpool finished third, United finished fourth, City finished fifth, I could see it. Just based on how City have played in pre-season and how they looked in against Arsenal. I think 2 to 5 is interchangeable. I'm not going to sit here and see anyone's wrong. Look, if we play when first game we play United and Baleba scores a screamer, I promise you, this is me. Like, I'm going to be very upset if that happens. I hope it doesn't, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the description. And obviously, if you're watching at home or after the stream is done, please do let me know what your thoughts are as well. People, it's been a very, very quick stream. 45 minutes has gone very quick, and it's late as well. So I appreciate everyone for sticking with me. I can't redirect annoyingly because YouTube have some weird thing where it's you got to have 1,000 subscribers to redirect. It's so stupid. But let me see what the video is on. Let me see how we're doing for likes on the video, guys. Please do smash the like button if you haven't already. 627 subscribers, so we've gained 24 subscribers on the stream. Big up everyone watching who's smashed the subscribe button. Let's see what we're doing. We are on 53 likes. People, let's try and get that to 100 if we can. 247 people watching. Let's try and get that to 100 likes before we wrap the show, people, please. Would really mean a lot if we can. Big up Deals. United says love New York. Big up Deals. I love New York, one of my favorite cities. I really want to go there. Yeah, people, let's smash the likes. Let's get the subscriptions up as well, people. Also, members videos will be coming out soon. I'm gonna try to get one out probably on Sunday. And also, people, I'm never gonna ask, but just to let you guys know, the subscriptions are available now, and super chats are. I'm never gonna ask anyone to super chat. That's never gonna be me. Never will be, but it is an option if you guys do enjoy the content. But let me see if I can redirect the video. Because if I can, I'll send you over to Bayesian Reds TV. Let me see. How do I redirect? It might not let me redirect still. No, I still can't redirect, but yeah, what I'll do, people, is I'm going to drop the link in the chat to Bayesian Reds video so you guys can check it out. Yards, I think you have 1,000 sub redirect. I don't think it's about being monetizing. It's having about over 1,000 subs. People, the link is going in the chat for Bayesian Reds doing his fan call-in show. So make sure you guys check out. I will catch you tomorrow for another stream as well. So keep an eye out for that. Content coming out every day on the channel. So please do keep an eye out. If you're new and you haven't subscribed, please consider it and like the video as well. People, go over to Bayesian Reds, say Josh Raid or the Cop Tribunal Raid, so they know that I've sent you guys. Have a lovely rest of your evening, guys. Catch you all tomorrow for another live stream. Peace. Big up a Sam each and every time.
The boots go quiet now on the stair to the stand. Sweat on the scarf rails, mud on your hands. We said our piece out loud, let the whistle pass. Now the hard red night turns soft in the glass. No more fight in the room, no more chasing the call. Just the hum in my chest and the weight of it all. The crowd walked home slow through the rain on the lane. I can feel my pulse settle back again. Cop Tribunal, we can breathe tonight. Cop Tribunal, everything feels right. One more slow nod, then the dark can go. Cop Tribunal, let it fade low. Old songs in the seams of the coat I wore, a broken nail on the glass, scuffed heel on the floor. I held on to the noise like a coin in my palm. Now the edge is gone and the silence is calm. Your face in the final light, not a fight, not a bruise, just the shape of a day that we learned how to lose. No more calling it back, no more making it stay. We can leave it by name and we can walk away. Every heart in the room had a different wound, but the band in the rain still carried us through. Cop Tribunal, we can breathe